Operating Systems Lab, experiment number 3B. So in this lab, they had asked us to do a series of of questions on strings. So if I'm right, there are around 10 to 11 questions of it. So I'll just go through all of them now. First, I'll just show you the output, and then I'll explain them. So first question maybe. Yeah. Okay. So in this question, we were asked to see if two strings are equal. So let's say Java. Again Java. Okay. Equal, returns equal, except equality operator, everything returns equal. As equality operator for strings, uh, like 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 what it does is instead of checking the value, it 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 checks if the references are the same. So obviously here the references are not the same, so that operator will always return not equal. Okay, now say C++ and give Java. Now everything returns not equal. So let me go to the code. In this code I have two variables of string type A and B. First I ask user for the first string variable, and it's first input, first string, and I store it here. Then the second input, second string, and I store it in B. Now I just use the equals operator, A dot equals B. So what it does is it checks if A is equal to B and returns 1, that is true, if it's equal. So this is a conditional statement. If it's true, this will get executed. If it's false, this will get executed. First, second. Next, it's equals ignore case. What, like say for this example, uh, just a minute. So say for this ignore Java and Java. So here both strings are the same. The only thing is there is a capital letter. So what equals ignores cases? It ignores the cases and only checks the strings. See, it ignores capital J and just sees if the first position is J. That's what this does. If it's true, returns 1%. False returns 0. This will get executed. This is also a conditional statement. Even this is a conditional statement. A is double equal to B. If it's true, this will get executed. If it's false, this will get executed. For this program, this will always be false because the address of both A and B are different, and we need two different variables. So it's always going to be false, as equality operators for strings compares based on the reference. Last one will be compared to, like it compares A and B and returns 0, I guess. Okay, it it returns 0 if they are equal. Otherwise, it returns a positive or a negative integer, like telling the user where it changes. So this is the first program. Let's go to the second program. Second program is basically if I give my name, it just sees if my first letter of the name is consonant or a vowel. So where is the second program? Able first letter is a vowel, so it will vowel. So Daniel first letter is a consonant. Daniel's first letter is a consonant. It's written as a it's a consonant. As you can see, have this variable to get to store the input from the user. So we are making the input. and I'm just using a conditional statement here also. So if the variable starts with capital A or starts with small a or starts with like this, I use it for capital and small a, I, o, u. Starts with just checks if the first letter starts with the past argument. So that's there. So even if one is true, the entire statement will result true. So this will be executed. If it's false, if everything is false, then this will get executed. So that's it for second program. Let's go to the third program. So the third program was enter my name, and second ends with a vowel or consonant. In that program, we use starts with. In this program, we use ends with. The uh, concept is the same. Only thing is that checks if the name starts with that argument. Here ends with checks if the given string ends with that past argument. Say ably give me a vowel. So, but if I just give able, just a minute. Before I loaded, I just give input. I just get able. It will give me consonant. So the result works. Just clear this. Same as the last program. Only thing is, it instead of starts with it becomes ends with. Let me go to the next program. So here, okay. So this program, let me check. I'll read it out to you. Mm. You check if the second string is present in the first string. If it's present, then we need to put the first occurrence of it. So for this, I'm just using index of. What index of does is it brings the first occurrence of the given of the second string and first string. So here I have two strings. A is the first string. I use A to store the first string input from the user. I use B to store the second string input from the user. So here I use A dot index of B. That means does B uh, does A contain B? If it contains, it brings a positive value, like the index where it contains. If not, it brings a negative. It returns -1. So if -1 is returned, uh, it's just checked if this returns -1. If it's equal, then string 2 is not present in string 1. Else that means string 2 is present in string 1. So I just give this statement to be printed, and uh, I just concatenate this value with this. As I told you, this value will give the first occurrence, that index position where B first occurs in A. So I'll just show you the output. So C++ is superb. Than is better than Java. Than Java for CP, obviously. So let me give nonsense CP. That's a fifth one. This is better than Java for CP. CP. So it is not present. Now let me give C++ is better than Java. Now let me give Java. So return occurrence of Java. Java's the this string starts from the 19th position. This program works. Let's go to the next program. This is similar to the last program. Only thing is find the last occurrence. So instead of index of, we use last index of. And like here I use a dot index of itself because uh, in case like if the string is present, that means it is gonna always return true. And the last index of is like as the question particularly asked last occurrence, for this alone we use last index. So let me just run this program and move on to the next. So say C++ is better than C++. Now let's give C++. Last occurrence is 19. So it's not showing the first occurrence, but showing the last occurrence. But let's say some random variable and give C++. So string 2 is not presenting string 1. So it works. HK0 works. Let me clear my terminal. Now let's go to the next one. Now what is the next question? Okay, the sixth one. Okay. Given a sentence, I need to extract a particular word from the sentence. So for this, I'll just show you the output first. See, I get the sentence C++ is the best. I need to extract best. Extracted word best. So you can't see from the output that it is actually extracting it, but when I go to the code, you'll understand it. Okay, I have this variable a and b. A for the first string input, b for the second string input on the user. Then here I check if a contains b. Okay, so if it's true, then this is executed. So if it's true, okay, if a contains b, that means it will be anywhere than -1. So this will be false. So this will be executed. If a doesn't contain b, b will be -1 will be true. Then this will be executed. If it's true, then it will just print b is not present in your name. If it's false, then we'll print this extracted word would be a dot substring, and this word substring, this method actually extracts the particular uh, word that you want to extract from a string. For this, you just need to give the start index and the end index. Start index is obviously given by this, so I'm just using it there. End index will be this value plus the size of b. That will give me the end index. So this program works. Let's go to the next program. This is quite a big one. Let me show you the output first. Times the 5 first try. What is the question first? Okay. Okay, first is basically concatenate two strings. Damn you, Livingston. Concatenated. Then replace character and string. I want to replace D with W. Okay, what character? Okay, I'll replace I with W. No, D. So as you can see, I got replaced with the D. Now, third function was to print it in lowercase. Fourth function is going into uppercase. So first, let's go to the program. A for getting the first input from the user, B for getting the second input from the user. It's stored. These lines take care of first function as concatenate. So we could just do a plus b, that will work as a strings. Second function was to replace a character. First I get the character that I want to replace. The reason why I use char at 0 is to get a character input. Okay, so this s dot next gives me string input. So the first element, that is dot char at caret, basically gives you the character at that particular position of the string. So 0 would be the input of value. That's that. So here what I want to do is use a function called replace. So it has two arguments: the target value to be replaced and the replacement for it. So basically, given that both here, so this should work. Third function was to convert everything to lowercase. So There's this function called to lowercase which converts it. Does the job for you. Easy peasy. Last function is to uppercase. There's this function called uppercase which does the job for you. So no explanation needed. Okay. Now let's go to the next program. What was this program? To write a program to find a number of words. We use it for a number of words. I have A to get the string. Uh, then I pass this is a function. Uh, I here I just print the result of this uh, function. So I call the function word count and pass A to that. Function is here. This function is a static function, and its return type will be int. It will return the value A. So, I'm sorry. It has an argument A. Okay, first, it has a count variable to note down the count of the words. Then we convert the entire string to character, so it'll be easy to iterate. Then I use a for each loop to iterate through all the elements in the string. Sorry, in the character array. And if that is equal to this space or backslash n or backslash t, just increment count, then return count. So this should give me the number of word counts in the program. It should be h, I guess. Strings a la 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 words. That should do. Next program. Okay. This program is basically enter a string and replace it uh, in a string. So in a string, you're gonna replace the C++ words in that string with what you want to replace. So basically, I'm just using the replace keyword here. Yeah, just getting A to get the string input from the user, B to get the string input, which needs to be swapped with C++ from the user. I'm just getting A of replace C++ with this. This is I get down now. Right. So C++ is the best. Now let me replace it with Python. So because Python is the best, so this program also works. Now this program, we just need to find if a string is palindrome or not with two types, predefined functions and with our own function. So first thing I will show you the output. Malayalam is a palindrome. So for predefined, I just use equals ignore case as we won't consider the case Malayalam capital M, and we just reverse the input using the reverse function. If you notice, input is a string builder, not a string, and here I'm just converting the given input to a string builder. Append takes care of it. So I give input dot append. This string will be appended and made as into a string builder type. So what I do is I just reverse that input dot reverse and I convert it into string, ignore the case and check if it's equal to A. Done. This is using predefined functions. But if I don't use predefined functions, I just have this function called as palindrome and passing the like uh, as a not constraint case and just converting everything to lowercase and then passing this as an argument for this function. Point to note, this is a conditional statement. Here also it is a conditional statement. If it's true, this will execute. If it's false, this will execute. So in this function, return type is boolean. So only one argument, string argument. I'm converting this string to a character array, so that will be easier for iteration. I need not do it, but I did this way. Then then what I do is I iterate from I to half of this length and check if the first element is equal to the last element. Then the next element is like this. So that, like that. So if that is not equal, then we return false. If it's equal, then this entire loop executes. Then finally return true. So that's it. Last program. So last program basically explain three functions. Okay. So for this last program, this is first function character. As I explained, it just returns the character at that particular position of the string. So we just ask the user a string and store it in A. Then we just okay. This is for an edge case, like if the user okay, we just ask the user like if he wants to like like uh instead of first telling you everything, it's a demonstration. So, yeah, string C++ is a very best cat. Okay, what what it's just asking us what position do we want to search for. Say, then in that position, the character is space. Unfortunately, the space what to do. Then append function. Okay, first it just gets the index from the user, then checks if the index is greater than equal to the maximum length. If it's greater than equal to the length, then it exceeds, so this gets printed. This now it just uses a function to print what is there in a particular index of the string or character. Append function, what it does is it's given here. It's the function of okay, the function of append, okay, is to basically append a string to string builder. That is one of the functions. So this is one of the functions. Okay. So just this is to stop an error. You just get this from the string from user, and we make a string builder function input. We just append this to the string builder, and to show that the user is like to show the function of append. What I just did is I just appended the first string with the second one. So say for example here Daniel. So again Daniel C++ is the very best. Last one insert function. So the insert function, okay, insert. I'm just getting the string from the user. Okay, this is similar to append. Uh, in the way that it works only with string builder, but not with strings. String builder and string buffer, but not a string. So get the string from the user, make a string buffer, append its string to the string buffer, then enter the we ask the user the position and the string that we need to enter. So say enter the string in which C++ is a very best. Now position 0, Daniel, comma, the result was Daniel, comma, C++ is the very best. So basically ask the position and the string to insert. So after the user gives it, it stores here, stores the index and the string here. This is to prevent an error. Yeah. Uh, this will contain the B value. There's Daniel comma. So here string buffer int dot insert the index that you want to insert is 0 and the string. This will contain Daniel. So this could be A is equal to, or you can just do like this. It doesn't make a difference. So inserts and just print the result. This program also works. So thank you for just reviewing it. Please give marks. Awesome.